Hello everyone, this is patch 1.08. I hope you all are having a great time designing your stages, building your stages at a match, shooting matches and so forth. Definitely certainly have fun. The season has just started here in Pacific Northwest, and so there are a lot more matches to shoot now, which is really fun. So let's get into the new stuff. Again, thank you all for your feedback so far. There are a lot of bug reports and things that I've changed and updated, and appreciate all of your feedback and your patience using the tool as you encounter some of these problems. The first thing I want to share with you is the change in the main menu. So if you hit the escape button now, you see we have this thing called the quick. So instead of just having your drop down here, I brought the quick menu back because some of us old timers miss out this quick menu because it made things a lot more quicker for us. We can, instead of going up here and hit file and load stage or file and import, we can now use this quick menu. And you see this is customizable. And so if you want to customize the first button, you just click on this and just select which element you want. I typically use the standard ones that I've set up when I first started building this, which is load stage. The second one I usually use save stage. You can choose whatever you want from this huge selection. Right, so you want to go to environment, if you want to go to base, if you want to quit, you can just customize your buttons here. And so then all you have to do is when you just click on this button, it goes straight to the option that you want. So hit escape, you can just do that, right? And so also, if you notice the numbers here, these are all shortcut numbers. So if you want to go to cameras, I just hit number 3 on the keyboard and I go straight there. So for those of you who are expert users, you can, if I want to go cameras, I'll just hit escape 3 and I'm there immediately. I don't even need to hit escape and go edit and cameras, right? So the main menu up here is great for newbies, but as an expert user, I think this is way much more efficient. So I hope you all like that. And then I want to share with you some new interesting props that I made, requested by Billy. And so here we go, hit wrong button, here we go here and you go with the props. Now you have a bunch of new ones, basically chronographs. I modeled 2 chronographs. One is the, I believe this is a Pro Chrono DLX. Hang on, let me turn off Snap to Grid because I really don't like that. This is a Pro Chrono DLX, and then the other chrono is the LabRadar, like that. So if you want to put that on a tripod, we have also 2 more models, a short tripod and an extended tripod. So I can just take this and then put it on top of the tripod if I want, like that. Yeah, I believe this is being used a lot. I think typically in big matches they usually have one in front and one in the back just to double up, I believe, something like that, right? You shoot right through both of them. But I've been seeing a lot of people using LabRadar now for Chrono, so here you go. I hope you like that model. Also, new functionalities. There is another suggestion where I believe this came from Tim. He wanted to give a written stage briefing that includes diagrams, many different pictures of different angles of your stage. For instance, if you have one camera up here, let's call that first. Maybe you have one that's just right up front like this, and you call front maybe, and then one that's from the top like this, second. So I have 3 different cameras now. And if you go over to your stage briefing here, and you go print, so all you can do is just print one. So you can select one camera, right? Whether you want the first or whether you want the front to print here. And then you can also print a layout page if you want, for those of you who like the layout view. But what about the other cameras? Like some people want to print multiple cameras as well. And what Tim ended up doing was he had to go to cameras and export individual images and put them in a PDF. And then that written stage briefing went from 3 pages or 2 pages to like 10, right? Depending on how many views you want. Now we have this new feature called print more views. If you click on this, it opens up a page that allows you to add on up to 8 different camera views. And so if I want to change the first box, I just click on it and you pick a camera. So let's say I pick the front view here for this, and you see the thumbnail appear, and then I click first for this and maybe the second for this, like that, right? And once you have this, and when you export, let me just export the PDF so you can see. Now when I open up the PDF, you can scroll down, you see this is page 1, right? And then you have your WSB, you have a build list, you also have your layout page because I selected that. And then the last one is your additional view page. And so if I, how do I zoom out? Yeah, so like this, you can see now it prints out an additional page with all the different views here. So if you're smart with naming your cameras, you can actually give more information about this view as well. So thanks Tim for that suggestion. Another feature I added is to support European keyboards. Some of the European keyboards don't have special like brackets or square brackets and all that are required by the tool. So if you go over to settings now, you see that I go to Keybindings. You see now I've added 2 more things, which is basically decrease time and increase time, especially when you're configuring waypoints. Like if you want to configure, add more delay to your waypoints, you can use the left and right bracket. Obviously for some of these European keyboards, there's no left and right brackets, so you can customize to whatever you want now. So if you give me more feedback, those of you who use European keyboards, give me more feedback on what kind of keys you want to add on to the key binding, and I'll just add on to this list so that it'll make it useful for you. And the last update was also another request. I don't remember who requested for this, but if you go over to if you drop any props with, for instance, target numbers up here, these ones were usually white and it stayed white forever. And so for some users, they had challenged printing this out and having this legible in a printout because it's white, so white on white paper. All you see is this very thin outline. And now you have the ability to change the colors. So now when you select those targets that have target numbers, you have another option called M to pick color for the text. So if you hit M, you have a color picker. You can choose whatever color you want. Let's say I want to set this text to red. I just click on red. And now I can click anywhere outside to dismiss the window. I don't have to click on OK or cancel anymore. So if I want to change this one to green, I just click on that and now we have green. And it also works when you clone, so that color will persist. For items that have both text and for both text color changes and prop color changes, K is for your prop color changes. So if I want green, I can change this to green. And if I want to change the text, I can just hit M and I want to change the text to red. And so now you have the ability to customize anything that you want here, especially the colors for all the props that have colorable text and for colored props as well. So there you go. So these are all the new updates in patch 1.08. I hope you like the changes here. I certainly had a fun time modeling the Chronos because I couldn't find them online, so I had to build them myself, which was pretty fun. As you can see, a lot of changes and enhancements that I made to this tool come from all of you. And so I really value your feedback. If you want to give me feedback, just hit escape, go to file, and hit feedback here. Or the best way of doing it is if you join us on the Discord server. The link to the Discord server is in the YouTube description below. Apart from that, we also have a Patreon page. I would like to thank all our Patreon subscribers so far. Thank you so much for giving up your hard-earned cash to support me in my endeavors to make this tool available to anybody who wants to build stage designs for all our beloved competitive shooting sports. If you're interested, I really appreciate if you can visit the Patreon website. Subscribe to us as a Patreon subscriber. There are some benefits that provide most of you, especially one-to-one conversations, more priority feedback if you want to fix certain things, or if you want to implement new features, even if you want to make a prop, just let me know. I can go in and design one in Blender and then make and include it into a tool. And if you want, if I'm ever shooting in your range, I'll come up and help you scan your base too if you want. So just let me know if you're interested in doing that. So that's it for 1.08. I hope you all have a great weekend. For those of you who are shooting, wishing you lots of alphas, and I'll see you on the range.